This thing, he didn't even know what he was saying. It's like fruity. You know what I'm saying? Like, he said something fabulous, and he goes, "Yo, but me and you, we ain't party. Like, we need to party." What is he talking about? I don't know. Incidents going off. Then when people say that to me, I get a little uncomfortable. Like, I get uncomfortable. Like he said something to me one time, a long time ago, at Chris Knighty's wedding. He told me he'd take me shopping. I looked at him like,
held accountable for the consequence. Absolutely. And people don't understand that. Like, it's weird to me when I watch, like, folks that have the YouTube shows and podcasts and streamers, whoever it is, and they really think that there's such thing as going too far or telling somebody how to react. Like, you have to know every single time you say something, there's going to be a consequence. That consequence isn't always violence. That consequence might be a lawsuit. That consequence might be somebody reporting your page, getting your page taken out, whatever it is. True. That just lets you know that free speech.
Other people say that Diddy was a Fed himself. He was on their payroll. Do you think that's a possibility?
If there's smoke, there's fire. I've very rarely seen any straight dude in this industry, man. I don't want to be the only straight man.
The storm ignited with a headline no one anticipated. Kevin Hart dragged into a leaked private exchange with Diddy, spotlighted by 50 Cent's ruthless precision. Within moments, an old Charlemagne interview resurfaced, painting Kevin as someone long navigating rumors, jokes, and subtle accusations. Beneath the humor, it exposed an entertainer deeply familiar with Hollywood's silent rules around masculinity. And once again, he was reminded that jokes never really die. Someone always saves them for later. The lesson was unmistakable. Fame preserves everything, even the moments you thought were harmless.
So I don't want my shot to even, I don't want it to come close to the bed at all. I should look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. I should.
Fresh off the garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like, check this out. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before.
The next shockwave arrived through an awkward viral clip. Kevin refusing to sit on Diddy's bed during a playful yet strange interaction. Stripped of context, it instantly revived whispers about how Hollywood friendships blur the line between genuine brotherhood and performative closeness. Its resurfacing was no coincidence. It was strategic fuel, and it sparked a difficult question. When private bonding moments become public spectacle, who truly controls a narrative?
The assessment is going to be correct. So what I've learned is whenever you see a gentleman like this from affluence and power, whenever they have an addiction to MDMA or the drug ecstasy, they call it the love drug. So he's been doing this drug for over 20 years. So that's going to lead his view skewed when it comes to activity. I believe it's helped turn him into a deviant. And, what type of man wants to see another man urinate in his wife's mouth? I feel like it's evil. I think his behavior is egregious. And, I have a history of using very heinous acts on people like this who participate in this type of lascivious acts.
As we're talking, Cassie Ventura, who was his longtime girlfriend, is one of the two people who the feds have brought this case with. She says that Combs would bash on my head, knock me over, drag me, kick me. Asked how often, she replied, too frequently. She says she didn't want to participate in the freak-offs, as he called them, but she did so because she loved him very much and wanted to make him happy. She told the jury she was scared of what he would do if she said no. Physical violence from Combs, she said, was always on the back of her mind. He wanted to control every aspect of her life, from how she looked to her work. And when he couldn't reach her immediately, he and his employees would call her incessantly or come and find her in person. So she's building a picture of a violent control freak. Is that a picture that you recognize of what you know about this?
Right, so definitely these are traits that I recognize. In the field that I work in, whenever we get a call for a retrieval and a family is concerned about a loved one, those same characteristics that this woman listed is the same things that streetwalkers will list about their boyfriend, which is actually their pimp and panderer. That's why I have an affinity for people who are survivors of this type of nonsense and oppression. And this sounds familiar. You know, along this path, I've been poisoned 3 times. My toxicology report showed cyanide. And, you know, cyanide metabolizes into pneumonia in your body. So I've had pneumonia on 3 occasions, you know.
Then came the Frosted Flakes story, Diddy fondly recalling childhood wrestling matches over cereal. What should have been an innocent memory was quickly twisted into something else entirely. Fans seized it, turning nostalgia into innuendo, proving how easily the internet transforms softness into scandal. It exposed how fragile reputations become under the algorithm's influence. The takeaway was clear. In this era, even childhood memories can be weaponized.
I read the whole thing. Shout out to Keisha in Kansas City. She sent me the whole documentation, bro, and you know the whole court thing. And when I'm reading the stuff, you know, it sound a lot of it sound familiar. You understand? And what I mean sound familiar, how he would get other girls and get girls to try to, you know, convince this guy, you know, or put him in a sexual situation with other girls so he could do whatever he wanted to do with them. And it's just like the situation somewhat with Sarah and her girlfriend and him and Ja. You know what I'm saying? Bringing girls on to try to convince this other guy to be in a room with another naked man and all this other bullshit. Yo, it all sound familiar, man. I read the whole thing, man, and it was crazy.
And for the people that don't know what you're talking about, because the lawsuit is new, so, you know, some people still catching up with it. Little Rod, he alleges that, you know, Young Miami cousin tried to have sex with him in front of Diddy.
Yeah, he went into the bathroom, and then she came into the bathroom and tried to, you know, throw herself on him. He didn't want to have nothing to do with her for whatever reason. And then when he came out the bathroom, she continued to try to do that and try to have, wanted him to have sex in front of Diddy and the rest of the people that was in there. You know, that's how they do, man. They try to use a girl that you might like or you may think you might like, or they think you might like her or whatever, to convince you to lay down your guards with them. And he didn't.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. And you're not surprised by none of this, because you said that Ja Rule, they did this to him, right?
No, remember, and people got it confused when I said that Ja and him was in the room with 2 girls, with Sarah and Sarah's girlfriend. You understand? He was trying to get Ja to go at Jay-Z. So what he did was try to get another girl, you understand, to do something with Ja, I guess. I don't know. They in the room together. So when they in that thing, I know what he was planning on doing because I heard the conversation. I knew what was going on. He was trying to get at Ja. So if he had got Ja in any kind of uncompromising position, he could force Ja to go at Jay-Z. So that's just a thing that they use. Lil Rod, he get him in a sexual position and a sexual situation with some kind of girl, and then maybe get him high, get him drunk, or whatever like that. He don't know what he doing. One of the guys step in, and now he doing Lil Rod. Now Lil Rod all messed up in the mind because he started off with a girl, but now he end up with a guy. He trying to put him in some kind of situation like that. They do that all the time in the industry.
So Diddy got a history of doing that. One thing I did see in this lawsuit, you know, Little Rod, he alleges that, you know, Diddy's son Justin was helping Diddy, you know, get underage girls. And I guess he was bringing them to parties. You know anything about that?
I think Justin is the boy that could do it, if anybody. Him or either Quincy. You understand? Justin is a pretty boy. You understand? He look young. He around that age, what he about 25, 26 years old? So I don't know about underage, you know, but it's a possibility because you know those girls 16, 15 years old, they gonna like that light skin, that curly hair. You understand? Man, listen here. We got girls that's what you call them, video vixens. And I ain't gonna mention no names because I don't want to hear. they say they were sneaking into parties at 15 and 16 years old. So why you think 15 and 16-year-olds ain't sneaking in the Diddy party? So Lil Rod, if he having conversations with him, he may say, yo, how old are you or something like that? Somebody say, I'm like 16, I'm 15. Somebody had to tell him their age for him to know. Who you came here with? I came here with Justin. So what did that say?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. And looking at this lawsuit, right, Lil Rod, he alleges that, Diddy promised him a Grammy if he participated in homosexual activity.
I read that, man. You understand? And what kind of power do you have?
The fourth spark erupted from Diddy's intoxicated rambling on Drink Champs. When you like this, Daddy. The archives never forget, and neither do critics. The clip resurfaced right on cue, intensifying the fire around Kevin. What once felt like harmless drunken banter now sounded like coded confessionals under renewed scrutiny. The reminder was chilling. Denial ages quickly when the receipts refuse to disappear.
Different. And that little deeper, I was almost like, no, that's you, young buck.
Yo,
almost felt like it was him. I almost knew who it was. You know what I mean? I was like, nah, that's fucking right.
Yo, you can't say that dudes are having with other dudes, bro. The internet might come for you.
Yeah, you say sweet love, sweet love.
Yeah, you gotta say make sweet love.
That's young buck breaking right there.
Make sweet love.
There's rules to rap beef now, bro.
Now people
Not
gonna
in your
know.
day.
Well, I'm saying like, God, man, why is your homeboy so close to you when you come out of there? Look like you guys just made sweet love. I'm gonna say sweet love instead of anything that says.
To me, that's better because they're gonna try to make it something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was smart. Like I didn't think about that. I say things to the borderline, like, I'm like, oh my God, you're in trouble.
You?
Like, all the time. Because I just say.
Nah, but you got close when he offered to take you shopping.
Yeah, you see, now Meek is in the same shirt. He's out there in the same shirt. This is not Photoshop.
Shit.
This is really happening. I'm just saying to you. No, stop. Stop it, man. You set that up. Look, you set that up. He's in the same shirt.
What do you mean he's in the same shirt?
Obviously was not offended by what I was offended by. This is what I'm saying, bro. Nah, it was odd. Like, this is some of the things that people say. Like, girls, guys may say to a girl, let me take a shot. See?
Damn.
They found it that quick.
What do you think is happening in the middle?
I don't know what is going on.
Wow,
there.
they found Kendrick and Wifey.
You can't dress up Kendrick like that. Oh, you can't dress him up like that.
No, it's jokes.
That's like the White Chicks movie, bro. You can't do that.
Yeah, that was comedy. That was good.
Yeah, but that
get away with Wifey.
That's obviously doing shopping. They got the same outfit.
Yeah,
and
it's
wore
true.
it in public.
Yeah,
that's a nice shirt. That's a nice shirt.
All right, so when he said the shopping line in real life, what did you say?
I said, let me get away from him. Because he was like, yo, you hot now. Now we gotta hang out now. Like hang out.
Yeah.
He said, I don't know, maybe I take you shopping and I get you some flash and you could give me the hood shit. And I was looking and I was like, let me just move away from him because I'm gonna mess up the wedding. I always say to myself,
it was someone's wedding?
It was Chris Lighty's wedding. It was in Miami. Nori's there. Nori knows this because I looked at him like, yo. You heard what he just said, right?
Kevin eventually addressed the chaos through interviews and live streams, admitting he should have been more mindful with his words. Even in private, a career built on humor suddenly collided with a situation too serious to brush aside. His honesty helped, but the backlash remained relentless. The takeaway was brutal. Even the most self-aware comedians can't outrun a narrative once millions decide how the story should be told.
It's crazy, but the feds, they also revealed that they got photos and videos of this.
When they did that raid, you understand? What they did was, prior to the raid, they reviewed that civil lawsuit. And that civil lawsuit told, Cassie's civil lawsuit was Lil Rod had already did it. Lil Rod hadn't did his yet, did he? Did Lil Rod do his lawsuit before the raid or after the raid?
Oh, before.
Yeah, so what they did was they reviewed both of those civil lawsuits and found that there was some criminal activity in those lawsuits. We spoke that on Art of Dialogue. We spoke about that on your show. I said if they really wanted him, all they had to do was review those civil lawsuits. And once they find the criminal activity in those, they could bring him in. Now, did the Federal Bureau of Investigation in Miami do it? No, they didn't. Did California do it? No, they did not. The Southern District of New York, they took it upon themselves and put on that raid and everything based on the information they found in Cassie lawsuit and the information they found in Little Rod lawsuit. But all this is bigger than Diddy. It's bigger than Diddy, bro. Cause you know who else they was doing investigation on during that whole time period? It was the mayor and the politicians in New York City. They turn around and give him the key to the city. All the mayor people that he brought on here in New York City are all resigning. They all resigning. People ain't gonna tie this together, but if you look at it, you have to say, because of Mayor Adams and his relationship with Diddy, it brought on the Southern District of New York to start investigating Diddy on civil lawsuits that was put against him. Because the feds is going after all these politicians in New York City.
Yeah, the feds revealed that, anybody that, participated in any, criminal behavior at his freak-offs, they're gonna pursue.
Listen here. The mayor here take like 15 spoons of sugar in his coffee. So it's all a possibility.
Do you think there's any celebrities on them tapes?
Bro, he gave celebrity parties. So what you think? I think they're not telling the whole truth, is that because of the situation in Miami and the situation in California, and they close the clubs like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. or something like that, that Justin and Christian was bringing big vans of girls and people back to the mansion and giving parties and stuff like that. And a lot of those stuff were their parties. A lot of that shit was their parties. They wasn't always Puff parties. It was his son's parties.
Good point. They said some of these freak-offs will last for days.
That's where they're gonna get him on trafficking thing. Especially like if he was traveling and doing it. That's where the trafficking come at. That you hiring workers to come and have your girl. That's crazy.